Vitality is the theme of this week, and the two laws are law number 3 is step out of your comfort zone, and law number 4 is to commit to growth. And what is happening now in Vitality is we're going to start inviting some back bends. We're going to add Ustrasana, Camel Pose, Wheel Pose, and in this sequence, so the exact sequence that I'm going to teach is out of the book, what Baron has on page 103, yeah, starting there. So we're going to do integration, 2 Sun A's, 2 Sun B's. On the third Sun B, we're going to go from Warrior 1 to Warrior 2, hold that 5 breaths, reverse Warrior, hold that for 5 breaths, and then Trikonasana, 5 breaths, Triangle Pose. And then we'll repeat that again. We've got a side plank, we've got Crescent Lunge, 5 breaths, and then we're going to twist, prayer twist to the right and left, and then we move into the back bends. And you'll see that I have here against the wall, I've got 2 blocks. So we'll do Camel Pose, and when we get to Bridge and Wheel, I personally use blocks up against a wall. So when I have the opportunity, I do, just because I have a special history with my left shoulder, and that just allows me to do my power vinyasa practice and at the same time be mindful and honor what I've got going on with my shoulder, which is a frozen shoulder, but it's not so frozen anymore because of my yoga practice. And then we'll move into some boat poses, some splits, happy baby, some twisting, and then Shavasana. So 30 minutes. So get set up, get to your mat. I want to share one thing. So for Vitality, I don't know if you can see that this is green. I've got my green juice in here, and I'm using my Hawaii coffee cup. So one thing that gives me Vitality is connecting to things and the energy of things that make me happy. Get to your mat, get to Child's Pose, and would you ask yourself, what gives you Vitality? Like, what creates a sense of vitality in your body, in your mind, in your life? And maybe even bring to mind, when is the last time you did that thing? And you might be doing it right now. It might be right here on your mat. It might be yoga. But allow yourself to connect to your sense of vitality. Set an intention to breathe into this next 30 minutes. Take 2 more breaths in Child's Pose. Downward dog. And then pedal out the feet, twist, awaken, and notice what you feel, notice what you sense. And then step forward, ragdoll. Grab the elbows, let the head hang, firm up the thighs, 4 more breaths. Two more. Last one. Fingers to the ground, toe, heel your feet to touch. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow down, exhale. Inhale, rise, reach up, look up. Palms together, exhale, hands to heart. 1 Om together. Breathe in. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, bow down, empty your breath. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. 5 breaths. Now stay in the pose. Pull the pit of your belly button up and back towards the spine. And I'll set your gaze on one spot. Breathe in and breathe out. Look to the front, step or jump forward, halfway lift. Bow down, empty the breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow. Halfway lift, inhale. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. 5 breaths. Maybe loosen the neck. Maybe loosen any tension across the forehead. Maybe even notice if the eyes feel tight. Relax the eyes. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Look to the front, step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Bow down, empty. Inhale, chair. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana, Thunderbolt Pose. Some of you know the name of this pose by so many different names, but all of these poses engage the thighs. Root the tailbone down. Hold 2 more breaths. 1 more breath, forward fold, empty. Breathe in. Flow through your vinyasa. Downward dog. Right foot forward, warrior 1. Landing warrior 1, rise up, hold 5 breaths. And then place your feet with intention. Front foot at 12 o'clock. Back foot flattens down into the ground with a tension on the knife edge of the left foot, rooting it down towards the earth. Hold 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Vinyasa, chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward dog. Step right into left foot forward, warrior 1. Plant the feet with intention. Adjust as you need. Hold 4 more breaths. Breathe in together. And vinyasa. Connecting our breath with our movement. Hold here 5 breaths. So in this third sun salutation, be to follow the book. Stay here in downward dog. 1 more breath, inhale. Empty out the breath, right foot forward, warrior 1. Then open up to warrior 2. Hold 5 breaths. Front foot at 12 o'clock. Pressing down on the outside knife edge of that back foot. Hold 2 more breaths, keep the front knee bent. Maybe drop the hips lower, 1 more breath. Keep the front knee bent, inhale, reverse warrior. Reach the right arm up. Left fingertips reach back towards the left foot, towards the left calf. Engage the core, creating a stretch in the front of the side body and still keeping space in the left side body. Hold here. Now straighten that front knee, straighten the arms. Trikonasana, triangle pose. Open up. So this is a great option for a block. A block, or maybe setting your right fingertips gently on your shin. Hold 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Look down towards your right foot, spiral the hands down, chaturanga. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out, stay here. 1 cycle of breath, inhale. Empty out the breath. Left foot forward, warrior 1. Open up, warrior 2. Steady your gaze. Be intentional in creating the physical posture of your pose. Shoulders stacked on top of the hips. The ground, the mounds of both feet grounding down into the mat. 2 more breaths in warrior 2. 1 more breath. Keep that front knee bent. Inhale, reverse warrior. Hold 5 breaths. Relax both shoulders down from the ears. Fill up with breath. Reverse warrior allows us to shift perspective, create space in the body. Stay here 1 more breath. Straighten the front knee. Open up the arms, Trikonasana. Shift the torso forward, and then maybe setting up a block behind that front foot. Open up, triangle pose. And your neck, it can be down towards the ground. It can be looking to the side. It can look up to the thumb. Choose what suits your neck today in this practice. Ground the feet down, one more breath. Look down toward your left foot. Plant the hands down, right and left, chaturanga. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. 5 ujjayi breaths. Stay in the pose, breathe in. Breathe out. One more inhale. And exhale, stay in downward dog. Now shift forward into high plank. So right hand down, I'm gonna show left hand down so I can face the camera. Vasisthasana. So go ahead and shift into side plank. Stack your feet on top of each other. Both legs are firm and strong. Option to lift up the top leg or option to drop the bottom knee down. Hold one more breath. Chaturanga Dandasana. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Hold here, one breath. Empty out the breath. High plank. And now switch arms. This time the left hand is down. I switched, and now the back of the mat, straighten the legs. Firm up the thighs, arms up. And again, the option, 3 more breaths, lift the leg up. Or maybe drop the bottom knee down. Hold 2. And 1. Take your chaturanga, plant the hands down. Chaturanga, upward dog. And meet in downward dog. 5 breaths here. Cleansing and clearing out. Can you feel the inner fire? The top is when you're firming up the arms and contracting the muscles of the thighs. Take 1 more breath. Step or jump forward. Halfway lift. Bow down empty. Inhale, chair, Utkatasana. Hands to heart. Prayer twist right. Ujjayi breath. And listen to the spine. And notice, what is the spine ready for? The depth of this twist. So if you can open the arms, then open the arms wide. I'm listening to my body. I'm keeping my hands at my heart. Take 1 more breath. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Separate the feet hip width apart. Padangusthasana. Pull up on the feet. Inhale. Exhale, chest to the thighs. So I'm taking a liberty from the book. The book does not add Padangusthasana at this time, but I personally like this release in between the twists. 1 more breath, toes to touch. Inhale, chair. Hands to heart, exhale, twist. Breathe. This twist, Pravrita Utkatasana. Relax the shoulders, relax the face. Option to open the arms. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Release, forward fold. Separate the feet hip width apart, palms all the way under. Those of you that practice Baptiste yoga, we call this Gorilla Asana. Pull up on the feet. Exhale, belly to your thighs. Relax the shoulders. Hold 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Release the feet. Toe, heel the feet to touch. Halfway lift, inhale. Bow down, exhale. Now drop down to your knees. And then set up for Camel Pose. So if you feel like you need a cushion, you can roll the mat back and put the knees on top of the mat. Root the tailbone down. 2 sets of camel, 5 breaths each. So you choose. You can do cactus arms, hands at the back. Maybe you're reaching towards your heels. So my other tutorial, backbend tutorial I'm offering, it's a wheel and a backbend tutorial. So you count your 5 breaths, keep the thighs pressing forward. When you're complete with your 5 breaths, engage your core, slowly rise, knees and feet together, root the tailbone down and sit back on your heels. Hands on your thighs, drop the chin down. So as you hold here and breathe, my request is in between each back bend, don't pull the knees into your chest. There will be a time, I promise, we will release and give release to the lower back later. We're gonna do it mindfully, so not yet. Okay, rise up, camel pose. Last camel pose. So any variation, cactus arms, hands at the back. You can even tuck your toes. Keep that chin under, protect the back of the neck. So the chin is down, even as you're pressing the heart and chest up. How you'll know is if you can swallow in this pose. Thighs forward, tailbone down. Repeat, you want to repeat. Remember, protect the lower back. I protect the lower back. Engage the core, slowly rise. Knees and feet together. Breathe in, root the tailbone down. Breathe out. Release your mat if you hold it back. Tuck your toes, downward dog. 5 breaths. Keep pulling the pit of your belly button up and back towards the spine. Engaging it from the lower belly. 1 more breath. Bridge pose. Feet and hip width apart. Tuck your shoulders under. Clasp the hands. And then would you feel the heels stamping down into the mat? And the big toe mound and pinky toe mound pressing down into the mat. And now feel like you're pulling the heels back towards your bum, like there's a hamstring curl under each hamstring. Hold 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And slowly release. If you'd like to roll up the wrists, it's a good time to do this here. We're going to set up for another bridge pose and the option to move right up into wheel pose. So in this 30-minute sequence, it only asks for 1 wheel pose. So those of you that have an existing practice, you go into your wheel. So hamstring curl with the legs. Tuck the shoulder blades under, shoulder blades down your back. Important before you press up into wheel, hands next to the ears, elbows straight up towards the ceiling or sky, and hands and feet go down with an inhale. Breathe. Hold 5 breaths. Tuck your chin into your chest. Slowly lower down. Keep your feet out wide on your mat. Just pause. So those of you that are in your wheelies, you might be doing more. Feel free. We're going to stay here for another 3 breaths. And with your hand, check. Can you get your hand underneath your lower back? If you can, then press that lower back down to the ground. We're methodically releasing the tailbone down, releasing through the lower back. Bring the feet together. Pull the right knee in, pause. Hug it in. Pull the left knee in, pause. Breathe. Hold 2 breaths. And 1 breath. So keep flattening that lower back down into the ground. Keep that engaged and rock right up into Sukhasana. So this is called an easy Sukhasana while we're holding behind the thighs. You can even grab the wrists. Hold 3, 2, and 1. Now go right into full boat. Arms up. 5 breaths. Breathe in. And breathe out. So this is a way to release and strengthen the lower back, to bring all the energy in the core after all those back bends. 2 more breaths. And 1 more breath. Rock and roll. And work your way into a downward dog. Hold here. 3 more breaths. And then drop down to your knees. And then face whatever allows you to take your legs out wide. And we're going to take a seated wide split. So flex your ankles so that your kneecaps are pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Relax the shoulders, pull the pit of your belly button up towards your spine. Eyes open or eyes closed. Flex the ankles, 5 breaths. Relax the shoulders. Relax the face. And then if it's here for you, bow all the way down and keep the feet and the kneecaps facing straight up towards the ceiling. This is an option. 5 more breaths. Two more. And one more. Slowly press up. And then work your way onto your back. And hug your knees into your chest. And then happy baby, grab the feet. Knees down, hold this for 5 breaths. Stay here in the pose. I'm gonna check the time. Oh, we're doing good. 3 more breaths. 2. And 1. And hug your knees into your chest. And I want to add a half pigeon because we have some time. So go ahead and rock and roll up. Get to downward dog in your own way, your own unique way. And then reach your right leg high. And then half pigeon, right knee behind your right wrist. Square your hips, inhale. Exhale, bow down, empty the breath. Settle in and soften. Soften the body. Surrender. Slow the breath. 2 more breaths. Slowly downward dog. And then left half pigeon. Left knee behind the left wrist. Take the time to square your hips the best that you can. And then hinge at your hips, bow down. So vitality for me sometimes means energizing my practice. And sometimes it means really sinking and surrendering into the poses of stillness, like this pose, half pigeon. And the only way I know what I need is to pay attention. Now pay attention to your body. Notice your energy. Notice it here on the mat and in your life. Take 1 more breath. Slowly rise. Swing both legs forward. We'll end with a Paschimottanasana before we work back onto our back. Inhale the arms up. And with a long spine, bow down. Toes back towards your face. So we only have 3 more breaths. What can you do to bring vitality into this pose, to activate the toes to the face, to press the backs of the calves into the ground? And what is your reaction when there's a sensation, a strong sensation? Can you choose to step out of your comfort zone? 1 more breath and slowly onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. Supine twist, right arm out, knees to the left. Supine twist to the other side, left arm out, knees to the right. Knees in, hug into center, 1 big hug in, forehead to your knees. Side out, straighten the legs, arms out to the side, collapse in Shavasana. I'll watch the time, 5 minutes. Sink into deep rest. Slow down the breath. Be as still as possible in the body. Let go of any tension across the forehead or the eyes or the entire face. Allow the body to relax 10% more. Surrender. 3 more minutes. Gently wiggle your fingers and your toes. Notice your energy after moving and breathing with an intention of vitality. Allowing this rest to invite a new energy after being refreshed and revitalized. Reach your arms up above your head. Take a big inhale. Take a big sigh out, empty out. Hug your knees into your chest. Roll over onto your side, pause. Pause in this fetal position. And press up to a seat. I'm going to read from our book, from our week 2 chapter. Your practice this week is all about revealing the vitality in your own life right here where you are. In week 2, your yoga practice will increase to 30 minutes and will enable you to taste the energy of vitality on a physical level. So notice, what does that feel like to taste vitality? To feel maybe a buzz, a vibration in the body. What does it feel like for you? Place your hands together, thumbs at your heart. And consider inviting vitality, this intention of vitality into your life, into your day. Breathe in. Sigh, cleanse out. 1 Om together. Breathe in. Thumbs to your third eye. With honor and humility, I bow down to you. The vitality in me honors the vitality in you. Thank you for being here.